Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to AFTV. Welcome to what I think is genuinely the biggest game of the Emirates era. I really believe that. I was sort of thinking back, I was trying to think back to really big games we've had. And I was thinking, okay, well, we've had, the Barcelona Champions League night was huge, but that was just more because of who we were playing and the occasion. Lionel Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta, we won. That was amazing. I think we played Man City in 2015. I think it was December 2015. We won 2-1. Who scored the goals? I remember two Ozil assists. I think it was Giroud and Walcott. I think it was. Was it? Remind me. That felt really big. We finished second that season behind Leicester, so ultimately it didn't play out that way. But that felt like a really big win. Trying to think of others. I mean, the Leicester win again. Funnily enough, it was yesterday. How many years ago? 7 years ago. That was a big one. The Danny Welbeck header. I mean, yeah, that was huge. Imagine Smith Rowe comes on and does a similar thing. I don't know if he's on the bench, because he's obviously had his injury problems. But that was big. I'm trying to remember other games that felt that they had this kind of weight on them. Like this, you were going in, into a league game because we played some cup finals and the Europa League finals and stuff like that, and that would have got us a place in the Champions League. And we've had some other big games, but were there many, especially at home at the Emirates, that were this big? I don't know. So we're going to just explore. I'm going to be really honest. I'm very excited about this game. I'm a little bit nervous. And I wanted to just chat through it with all of you. Welcome you here live on AFTV to my bedroom. That's where I am right now. And just chat and get your thoughts and look at kind of where everything is going into this game. Sort of try and understand, the permutations, and go into it all. And I'm just gonna let you guys drive it. I mean, I'll be live for about 20-30 minutes, but I just wanted to just see how everyone's doing ahead of the big game, get everyone's thoughts, and these kind of questions. What do you think of Trossard up top? Should Arteta rotate? Should he play around with the starting 11? If you follow my YouTube channel, it's just James B. I sort of compiled what I said in Tactical Insight, what I said in Forever Arsenal about that, and I basically came to the conclusion that no, I don't think he should mix things up, but we'll go into that in a little bit. Second biggest, says David, Man United Champions League semi-final. If we lose tonight, we can still win the league in theory. That's a very, very good point. Okay, so it's probably the biggest league game, but you're right. The biggest, Champions League semi-final home to Man United. We'd only just lost the first leg 1-0 at Old Trafford. Yeah, that's a big one. Fair play for putting that out there, David. Let me know your thoughts, David. Let me know what you're thinking ahead of it. Trust the processes, Harrison. Absolutely. You've got to tonight. A few comments about Lee Mason, of course, that's always going to come up. Chris says, I'm not confident at all tonight. I'm seeing so many mixed feelings. Some people saying they're really confident. Some people saying they're extremely nervous. I was listening to loads of different people, lots of different YouTubers as well, give their thoughts ahead of this. This is the biggest game of the Premier League season. Absolutely. So far, at least, there hasn't been a bigger game. Will there be a bigger game? I mean, probably if Arsenal and Man City keep doing their thing, then April when City and Arsenal play at the Etihad, that could be as big, if not bigger. But I don't know if there'll be many bigger, because if Arsenal lose tonight, then the things Gary Neville have been saying about City then putting a run together and maybe pulling away, then starts to come true. And then will that game in the Etihad be quite as big? This feels massive because, well, we'll go into the permutations in a sec, but essentially whoever wins tonight will be top of the league at 10 p.m. That's the thing. And Man United, I'm not discounting them from the title race at all, but they've played Arsenal and City twice. So I don't think they're going to have a game that feels, maybe a game that feels quite as big, but there won't be a top of the table clash that involves Man United. So yeah, lots of mixed feelings. I love your live streams. Thank you, Fago. Appreciate that immensely. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the 800 who are here tuning in with us. This really is just, there's no plan for this show, really. I mean, I put stuff in the banner there, but this is just, let's just talk. Let's chat. I mean, look at this. Frank's Beans. I feel sick. This is why we're doing this. Try and relieve some of that stress, because we got to be feeling confident. Now, more than anything, it's the fans in the Emirates Stadium that need to be loud, making a load of noise, really getting behind the team, making it a cauldron for Manchester City. I've got no doubt they'll do that, by the way. For us, it's just enjoying it, enjoying the occasion. I was chatting to Daps on Twitter. We were just having a little bit of a back and forth over the comments. And, he said, well, how are you feeling ahead of the game? And I said, look, by the way, go check out the super fan debate with Daps, Big Steve, Lewis as well from City Extra. Go check that all out. That is out on the channel, so plenty of time to enjoy that before the game kicks off. But he's basically saying, James, you always ask the questions, how are you feeling? And I think the conclusion I kind of came to is I'm feeling excited. I am. I'm feeling like this is exactly the kind of games we want at the Emirates. And some things, like obviously the passing of the Queen, very sad, is what kind of led to the Arsenal game against Manchester City being postponed. This would have been played, I believe, in October. But there's something about the fact that it's been rearranged and put here in February, and then there's the game in April, only 2 months later, and there's kind of been all this build up. Like, would this game have had the same tension around it if it happened in October? No, I don't think it would have. The fact that it's happening today at this point in the season, it's just added so much to it, especially when you see everything's lined up. We'll have a little look at that in a second. Some people talking about transfer stuff. Bjorn saying, I agree, maybe we need Martin Zubimendi this summer. Yeah, I mean, the transfer stuff keeps going in the background. You still hear all sorts of stuff going on. Alexi says, you guys reckon City would be tougher if Haaland doesn't play? We'll go into some team news. Don't think it'll be tougher if Haaland doesn't play. I'm going to say no. No. They're a better team with Haaland, because with Haaland, I don't think they have to do a lot, but they create a chance, he'll put it away. And I think that's the danger. Whereas I think if you catch City without Haaland, but they're not playing well, sure, De Bruyne can put it in from 30 yards. He's got that ability. Sure, they've still got, plenty of other unbelievable players, Riyad Mahrez, for example. But you feel like if Arsenal are on top and they don't have a Haaland, then actually, there's not something to worry about, whether it be a long ball in behind, a Kevin De Bruyne slip through pass to Haaland. They can kill you in 2 passes with Haaland on the pitch. But I think the main question is, without Haaland, are they more likely to play better? That false nine, that fluidity, or even with Alvarez leading the line. I keep hiccuping, sorry. Even with Alvarez leading the line, will that be more of a fluid Manchester City? Will that be a Man City where he drops into midfield, he links up and actually causes Arsenal more problems? Maybe. But I just think, I know Pep Guardiola, he does get criticised for, what do they say, galaxy brain, overthinking it, going too far with it and just doing too much. But he is one of the greatest managers of all time. Some would argue the greatest manager of all time. And if he is signing Haaland and then playing him every Premier League game, there's a reason. So, no, I think they are better with Haaland, essentially. Arteta said there's no real team news on the Arsenal front either. I think everyone's fit, essentially. So we will see come kickoff. Loads of comments coming in. Thank you to you all. You're all letting me know how you feel, and rightly so. I'm Troublesome says, let's go Gooners. That's what we've got to, as Arteta say, transmit, get out to everyone. A sense of, positivity. Let's go. Come on. Let's make the Emirates so loud. I want the Emirates to be just like an awful place for the Man City fans and players, obviously in footballing terms. But I want them to sit there thinking, this is loud, this is consuming, this is, I want it to be. I want the Man City players to think, wow, that's the effect Anfield and the Liverpool crowd had on Man City. That's the effect that they've only won once at Anfield, I think. They really struggle there. I want the Emirates to become that place. I was at the Emirates for the Man City game on New Year's Day when we lost 2-1 last minute Rodri goal. But we were brilliant that day. And the fans played a massive part. Kind of want more of the same. Mr. Chicken Soup says, game will be decided by how we start. A good start equals a win. I agree with that. I think if we look on it in the first 20 minutes, really high press, creating loads of chances, forcing them back. Just do you remember the Liverpool and Tottenham game? We started both those games with really good interchanges. Gabriel Jesus at the heart of it. Lots of, quick 1-2, bam, 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 round the corners. We played out their press really quickly. We were running at them, which he scored very early in that Liverpool game. We did in the Tottenham game too. And I think those kind of moments, A, gets the crowd lifted, but B, makes the other team go, oh, they're on it. They're really on it. I think we need to start like that today. Booba says, I will start Trossard today instead of Eddie. What would you guys do? Let me know in the comments. James, you in the studio tonight? Who will join the watch long? I think I might be speaking too quickly. We have a little bit of a watch party. I need to check. I really should know that. Let me just put in the group. Let me ask my amazing friends and colleagues. Is it a watch party? Watch party tonight? Because I know that there were quite a few people confirmed to be coming in. Frank will be back, I believe. And it was announced on AFTV's Insta. Let me get this up. Apologies. I really should be turning up to these streams a lot more prepared. Oops. Let me find it. Of course, the internet's struggling. Oh, we did have a special guest, but I flew past it. I'm so sorry. Why am I struggling so much? Right, ignore me. I'm gonna get some details around the watch on for later. But yes, I'll be in the studio. I'll be there. Cecil will be there, I believe. Turkish and Rob will be at the game. Fan cams after, fan cams before as well. Fan cams before, the usual build up before, fan cams in the studio, full time, all that, the usual happening. This is not the same city as in previous years. We can do it, says Cloister. Yeah, I completely agree. Yes, it is a watch party. Had that confirmed. Brilliant. And right, and I'm just getting some details around that. Fine. I'm looking forward to it tonight. I think, honestly, it's going to be a really, really just massive game. I think everyone's going to be up for it. Everyone's going to be excited for this. I'm kind of calm right now, to be honest. Fair enough. Well, let's just remind ourselves of what the kind of situation is going into the game. We've got it here. The Premier League table, as you can see. Ta-da! There we are. Arsenal first. 51 points on the board. 16 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats. I mean, that's a really good record. I think that gets a little because we've had a little bit of a tough run recently, with drawing against Brentford, with losing against Everton, I think sort of people are kind of looking at Arsenal as sort of hitting a little bit of a blip. They drew to Newcastle, at the start of January, but that is an immense record. That 16 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats. We scored 46 goals, only 10 behind Man City, and look, they've had a machine in Haaland up front. But otherwise, that makes us the second top scorers. Man United on 38, Newcastle on 35. Tottenham 42. To be fair, I didn't realize Tottenham scored so many. We've only conceded 18 goals. The joint, no, Man United with 28, Newcastle with 13. So we've got the second best defense in the league, better defensive record than Manchester City. So fair play. And that kind of shows, doesn't it? In that, if you look at the Everton and Brentford games, Arsenal have had bad games, but look at in previous years where, I'm so jinxing it now, so I'm going to touch wood. But look at in previous years where we've had bad games and lost 2-3-0, and it's been a bit of a disaster. I know we've conceded quite a few goals at home, but actually across the season we've been pretty good. And, we were poor against Everton. We were poor against Brentford. We conceded a lot of chances, but only the 1 goal conceded in each game. So if we could just find that sort of cutting edge in the final third, I think we come out of those games with something. That's our recent run, only 2 wins in the last 5. But tonight's a massive opportunity because if we win, we go on 54 points, which would put us 6 clear of Manchester City with a game in hand. That would put Man City on 23, Arsenal on 22. If we lose, we go to 22. They will go to 51. They would leapfrog us because of that goal difference. Although if we win tonight, we claw a bit that goal difference back. Because if we win 1-0, that goes to 29, they go to 33. So that's good. We want the goal difference to be tight. You never know how things go throughout the season, and that can be, that could be crucial as well. If they win, that puts them on 51. We'd be on 51 as well. They go above us. But where would that leave us? It leaves us on 22 games played, 51-46. We'll be 5 points ahead of Man United with a game in hand. We know that game in hand is Everton at home. I don't think it's an easy game in hand at all. I think Liverpool won Monday night, didn't they? But I don't think they were scintillating by any means. And then the rest of the table, you've got Tottenham and Brighton there. It's funny, Brighton win their 2 games in hand, they go above Tottenham. And if Brentford win their game in hand, they go to 37. They'll go 2 points behind Spurs as well. So it's really tight in that area of the pitch. Liverpool, looking at Tottenham, if they win their 2 games in hand, they'll go to 38 and they'll be a point behind Spurs. So it's really tight. It's really tight. And then a point behind Spurs means 3 points behind Newcastle, though they've only got a game in hand on Newcastle. So 41, so 30. Yeah, interesting. Interesting look at the table, seeing how it's all going. Let's get some comments, get some super chats in as well. Mark T says, personally, I think Trossard should start ahead of Martinelli. I bet Martinelli is best used when Gabriel Jesus is back. The link-up play is superb between both of them. Trossard to start for me. See what's interesting about that? Let me put your super chat on the screen. Apologies. See, where is it? Oh, we got this from 40 as well. Fullbacks don't overlap and Nketiah doesn't float as Jesus does. End result, somewhat static front three. Hence, double up on our wingers. We'd like Trossard to replace Eddie, but unlikely. A lot of people are calling for that. A lot of people are calling for that. This is what Mark T said. See, my thinking around all this is, I kind of get what you mean. Trossard is more of like a wide number 10. He can run at players. He can be quite direct. He's kind of like a mix between Thomas Rosicky, Cazorla. Like, he can run at players. He can play wide. But he's also kind of more, he can be a creator. He can play the 1-2s. He can be good at tight spaces. He can get goals as well. So I can see how you'd want to play more inside, closer to Eddie with Tierney overlapping, or just playing more inside with Zinchenko having to overlap a little bit more as well. And I know what you mean. Eddie sort of is more static. He does keep places. He does sort of stick more into the penalty area, doesn't he? So, it does kind of, you do want that little bit of more interplay between sort of the players on the left-hand side. Odegaard and Saka do that really well with White overlapping as well. There's a nicer balance at the moment to the right-hand side than there is to the left-hand side. Roger says, same 11, or do Trossard and Tomiyasu come in? I think same 11 personally. I think it's a message that Arteta can send to everyone. Look, you got us this far. You've had a bit of a blip. I'm backing you. Look, with Martinelli, Zinchenko, and Eddie, we still played brilliantly at Tottenham. And I know the left-hand side didn't function as well as the right-hand side. I hear that. But still, I think it would send a real message. And also, I think this is a game for Martinelli. It's a real opportunity to go into this game, against Kyle Walker, brilliant fullback, and just say, look, go cause him trouble. And yes, it is. We do have an Olympian. We have Nathaniel, Olympian athlete, joining us tonight on the watch along. It's going to be, honestly, it's going to be an amazing evening. Lots of people here to enjoy the big game. Sadiq asked James, you and Laura in the information station is the best combination. Thank you. We will try, and I think it'll be us too on the information station. Mr. Hamble says, you'll never beat City a goal difference. Sure, but, people would have said you'll never be 3 points clear, potentially 6 points clear. And Manchester City at this stage of the season, we are. So, still trying to chase it down. Trossard is a must, says Nadim. Trossard for Nketiah. Loads of people want to see Trossard play. Really interesting. What else are you saying? Why does everyone want Trossard over Martinelli? Says Lime. I'm sorry, but Martinelli is class. He is brilliant. I'd stick with him. I'm confident we're winning this 2-1, says Patrick. Jesus, where are you tonight? The poor guy's injured, but yeah, we want him back. We want him back for a game like this. James, do you believe we'll win the Premier League? If we win tonight, yeah. If we draw, yeah, let's enjoy the journey. Why not? Sure. The last 2 games, I think, have been a little concerning. A little. But I said a few weeks ago, I think it was after the Tottenham game, that I said I thought we'd win the league, and I'm not going to just flip-flop. I'll stick on that. I think if we lose, that changed my mind, because a few weeks ago, the way we were playing, I thought we'd beat City at home. If we win, I'm sticking with that. If we win, I'm sticking with that. And if we draw, I'm sticking with that. If we lose, then yeah, I'll start to, maybe start to think, okay, maybe it's not quite our year. But I don't believe this is kind of a one-off for us. I don't believe this is a case of, well, Arsenal have to win it now or they're never going to win it. Essentially, I think Arsenal are here to stay. Personally, let me just see if I can get just on the Arsenal website. They've got a little preview ahead of the Man City game. Let me see what I can find. I'm just trying to find some quotes going into the game. Oh, so we've got some team news. Let me share this with you. Some team news going into the game. So Arsenal have a little preview on their website. Team news. It remains to be seen if Emil Smith or Reece Nelson are fit enough to return to the squad after recent injuries, while Arteta admitting he'll make a late call of the duo. Jesus and Martin and Elneny are still unavailable. City's top scorer Haaland was withdrawn at halftime against Villa on Sunday. Guardiola's admitted he won't risk his star striker if there's a risk of aggravating the issue. All mind games, I think. All mind games. He was pitched participation recovery session on Monday. Foden had been missing for a couple of weeks through injury and illness, but Stones remains out. So Stones is out. It'll probably be Diaz, Laporte, Walker, probably Ake at left back is what I'm expecting. Some stats here. Manchester City, the only side Mikel Arteta has failed to beat in the Premier League. We failed to win consecutive Premier League matches for the first time this season. However, we're unbeaten in the last 13 home league games. 11 wins, 2 draws. Last time we had a longer run without defeat in the Emirates between August 2018 and April 2019. 16. Wow. It's the kind of form you need to have if you want to win the league. We've lost our last 10 Premier League games against City, our longest losing run against an opponent in league history. We've lost our last 10. That is unbelievable. Trossard has already scored against Man City this season, netting the 3-1 defeat. Who are the match officials? Here we go. Referee, Anthony Taylor. And then, David Coote on VAR. I think David Coote's got the cup final as well. So there you go. There you go. It's, the match stats don't sound too good, do they? They don't fill you with loads of confidence. David Taylor, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it a lot. What else we got? We had another few comments and super chats. Got that one from Mark T. It's going on and miss all you guys contributing to the conversation. I'm going to wrap up in a sec, but I just wanted to go live and just chat to you all, get your feelings. Nights like this is what we've been waiting for, Raj. I completely and utterly agree, mate. Completely agree. What else have we got? Alexander said, question to you and everyone. Would you rather take a 100% draw or a 50% win and 50% loss? In my opinion, we just can't let City ahead of us. Nope. If you offered me a draw now, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it. Let's go for it. We want to enjoy this. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. I really want to see what Arsenal are made of tonight. I get what you're saying. If you could watch the game and know that the outcome were a draw, would you take it? But no, I think we can beat them. And I want to see Arsenal go and show that tonight. I want Arsenal to go out there with a really, really loud crowd, under the lights at the Emirates, and just, with the new artwork as well and everything, this new belief, this new team facing Man City. I want them to go out there and show what they're about. I really do. This team has changed so much since the one that played Man City, at the Emirates over a year ago. It's been 13 months since we played them in the league. 13? Yeah, 13. So there you go. Let's get final comments and super chats and we'll round off and I'll just give you my final thoughts. Yes, James, great mentality. Can't remember what I said earlier, probably about thinking that we'll win and I want to take this game on. King asks, will it be a goal fest or a tight fixture in your opinion, mate? Not a goal fest, but an open game. I think it'll be a really good game. I really do. I think this will be a very open, end-to-end game. I think City will try and kill it a little bit by keeping the ball and all that. But I think what will happen is Arsenal make a fast start. They'll really take it to City. The game then opens up, becomes stretched. Haaland is constantly looking for that ball in behind. De Bruyne, I think, will try it quite early. And I think what you'll get is this kind of like pulling kind of side to side, both teams kind of sensing an opportunity because both have been a little all over the place at the back recently. And I think they'll sense that. And so if the game plan even is to go out there and keep it calm, I don't think either team will follow that. I think they'll kind of sense a potential opportunity and go for it. It's a must win, says Joshua. We've got to move the ball fast and we're good. Is it a must win? So who does a draw benefit most? That's what I want to end on. So I've asked how we're feeling. We've looked at the state of play. We talked about whether this is the biggest game of the Emirates era. It is for me, certainly a league game, but Champions League semi-final, Man United, great shout. Who benefits more from a draw? You know, personally, the City fans on Super Fan Debate were saying a draw is better for them. Sorry, a draw is better for Arsenal. They're saying they have to win. So if we draw, we remain 3 points ahead. We gain a point on United, so we go 6 ahead of them with another game in hand. 3 points ahead of City. I'm struggling with this. 3 points ahead of City with game in hand. If we draw, you know what? I think a draw is a better result for Man City because, yeah, the league table would mean that they still have to have a 2-game swing on us. They would need us to lose to Everton or lose another game down the line, and they'd have to beat us at the Etihad, or just hope that we lose 2 games and they pick it up. But losing, it's the end of the world, says Dave Jordan. Lily says we'll go 4 points ahead if we draw. No, we wouldn't, because they'd get a point as well. I think a draw is better for City because psychologically, I think they'll go, cool. We won our last game. We've come here and not lost, where a lot of teams have. They lost at Old Trafford. They lost at Tottenham. They lost at Anfield. They're probably thinking, cool, we got that kind of losing run away at the Big Six out the way. Yeah, they won at Chelsea, but they weren't brilliant that game. Second half better, I suppose. And I think they'll think, okay, we've come through that. Plenty of games to play. We'll chase them down. That's fine. Whereas I think Arsenal, psychologically, I think to beat them would be massive and would give them a massive platform to go on and win. I do think they'll eat away at this. A draw would mean our lead would have grown since Christmas if we beat Everton in the game in hand. That is true, Dave. I don't know. Look, I don't think a draw is the end of the world. I don't think a draw is bad for anyone. I think a draw is like, cool, we move on to the next game. But I think if you're asking who it's better for, I think slightly Man City. But City would say Arsenal. So that tells you how fans feel about what their team need to do to go and win this league. They both feel they need to win this and really make a statement and go on from there. We are Bristol City. Football Girl says, James, you're worse than tight. Arsenal will lose today. Why? I'm just enjoying it. We need pace in this game, so Trossard can't be on for Martinelli. No, but some people are asking for Trossard up front, which isn't a bad shout at all. Bad for us to draw. They're saying City aren't thinking about the Big Six. City draw, that would mean City would still be behind Arsenal. Let's put City to the sword, says Derek, and show them we mean business. Come on, you gooners. That's a nice one. I'm going to end on that. All right. It's been fun. We've been going half an hour. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And yeah, what you mean? Do you want score predictions? Get some score predictions in really quickly. I've gone for 2-0 Arsenal. I'm going to back us for a clean sheet. Don't know why. I'm an idiot. I'm going to back us to win this, and I'm just excited for it. I really just am excited for the occasion. I'm not nervous. When it's Man United, Tottenham, I get really nervous. I'm not nervous for this. I'm excited for it because we can lose. We can absolutely lose. They could come and win 3-0. They've done that many times in the last few years. They beat us 5-0 last season. They could easily come and just destroy us. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm backing the Arsenal team to go out there and put them to the sword, as was mentioned that comment earlier, and just take it to them. Go for it, and just make a statement and have fun with it. I want the players to have fun with it. These are the games that we get excited for. James, please crop this, says the Joneses. 3-2 to Arsenal. 3-2 Arsenal. 3-2 Arsenal. Loads of 3-2s. Look, they're all coming in. 1-3. So win for City, according to Amir. 1-0 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. We've got loads of them here. 3-2, 3-2, 1-1, 4-1, 2-1, 4-0, 3-1, 1-1. A draw, 2-1, 3-2 Arsenal, 3-1, 1-0. Loads of you coming in. I mean, it's amazing. Thank you all. Thank you to the 2,000 of you who have joined us live. Get in the comment section. 6-0 Man City. No, thanks. 6-0 Arsenal, maybe. If you've enjoyed this live stream, a little bit out of the blue, but I just need to just chat and just get going with this game. I need to just get into it because I can't wait all day to start talking about it and getting it off my chest. But if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to AFTV if you haven't yet, and go check out. Let me just show you here. Give me 1 second, everyone. I can see myself live. Here we go. Go check out all the content. You've got super fan debate, as you can see it there. The match preview as well between Robbie and City Extra. Lewis, go check that out. Another super fan debate. If you missed the Valentine's Day special, hope you all had a good Valentine's Day. Go check it out as well. Tactical insight from the other day and bias Premier League show. I was live as well, talking about VAR, and of course, we're live at the moment. So yeah, go check out all the amazing AFTV content that is out around this game and everything that's been going on this week. We'll leave it there. Big thanks to everyone who has joined in. Really, really appreciate your support, your thoughts, and everything going into the game. Fans have such a big role in hand tonight. Completely agree. Let's make some noise. Catch you a little bit later.